All right, students, welcome back to another eMedley training. In this training, we will focus on evaluations or forms. Those terms are used interchangeably. On eMedley, it is evaluation. So let's jump in. First off, this is your desktop. Once again, hopefully you have created the quick link shortcut. That'll be the best. That'll take you immediately into the evaluations homepage. However, if you're more of a traditionalist, you can go to the top menu, click Evaluations, then click the My Evaluations link, which is similar to your quick link, and here you go. You're in your Evaluations homepage. Now we are starting off in the top left on the Available tab. Now the Available tab, this is the default. This lets you know which forms that you can begin to fill out. If you want to go ahead and fill out a form, highlight or check that form on the left-hand side. In the upper right-hand side, click out Fill Evaluation. That will open up the form. Here you can see I have pulled up a foundation year learning contract. Now this applies to BSWs and foundation year MSWs. Advanced year students in the MSW program, yours will look very similar with some adjustments in the wording and objectives, but altogether it's got the same format. One thing to look at as you read through, make sure you're reading through the instructions. In this particular form, in evaluation, there is some hyperlinks that you can get an idea of, some starting points for goals for each of the competencies. Read through those, get and select some goals that are applicable to your practicum setting, run those by your field instructor, and then work together to develop a smarter goal. Now those smarter goals, if you know the acronym, has to do with specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-based, evaluate, and readjust. Your goal should be defined in that way so that you can hold yourself accountable and the field instructor can also keep track of how you're doing with your goals and if you're achieving them throughout the year. So make sure they are in that format. All right, on the right-hand side, you'll see a small little menu. This is optional. You can open it up. This just lets you know which questions are required questions or required fields. You'll see the little red star in each of those. They are also on the form itself. You can see I've tried to highlight it in red anyway, just to indicate that those are required fields. Make sure you enter every required field. And then at the very bottom, once you're done, you can go ahead and hit submit. That little paper airplane will whoosh it off to your field instructor and your faculty coordinator. Those two individuals will need to then approve this form. They'll look through it and read it. If they do approve it, they'll press approve on their end, and it will then show up on your dashboard as being approved. If for some reason you need to step away from the computer or come back to it later, this optional Save Draft button, you can select that and come back to the form later. But when you do finish it altogether, make sure you hit submit. That's the only way that it will indicate to the system that it needs to send it out. All right, let's go back to the evaluations page. Let's look at the completed tab. Now, this is the things that you have completed, the forms. You can see that it's now pending for the field faculty and the field instructor to then fill out. You can also, if you need to, edit this document, which is a great feature in this system as opposed to previous systems we've had. This one, as long as you highlight the document, click on the Actions button in the right-hand side, it'll drop down a small menu. You can view your document, your evaluation that you filled out. You can also edit it by clicking on that button. It'll open up the form once again, the evaluation. Go through, make the changes that you need to. Once you're done making the changes, hit submit again, and it will send it off for approval. Let's now look at the upcoming tab. This is also a great feature in this management system. This lets you know which forms are coming up throughout the semester. This is great because you as students no longer have to activate or initiate the forms on your own. They're going to be preloaded so that you can see what's coming up in the semester. You'll also see that there's an available date. So some forms you cannot fill out early, but once they are activated, you can go ahead and fill those out. There is also an expiration date. that you have to fill them out by. If you miss those, you can see one of the tabs there in between completed and completed about me is the expired tab, and that'll let you know which forms have expired. All right, let's look at the completed about me tab. This shows all the forms that you have completed or that have been completed about you. You can see those bottom two forms have been approved by everybody. The form there at the top is still pending the faculty and field instructor signature. Once they do their approval, it will turn to approved. All right, let's go back to your desktop. Just as a reminder, you can always get back to your main screen desktop by the upper left-hand corner, clicking on the eMedley logo. There's a little house next to it as well. You can click on that. It'll bring it back to your dashboard. As you get to your dashboard on a weekly or daily basis, hopefully, you're looking at the notifications here to your right-hand side. Just double check those, see what's on the agenda and what announcements are coming through or what forms are needing to be filled out. You can also access notifications by going to your profile in the upper right. As you click on that, it'll show you which badges you need to clear as far as your notifications. Once you click on that, it'll pull up a screen similar to the one on my screen that has all the notifications. You can read through those and clear those out. All right, let's talk briefly about receiving forms. Now, there are a couple of instances where your field instructor is going to fill out a form and send that form to you to approve. So your agency field instructor has two forms that they'll be filling out. One of them is the end of semester evaluation that they'll fill out in the fall and then again at the end of spring. They also have a roles and expectations statement similar to what you will be doing. Once they fill those out, you will receive a notification that you need to read through it and approve their form. So it's kind of the reverse that they do. So let me show you how that works. Once they complete their form, such as the end of semester evaluation, you'll receive a notification here, such as this, that will ask you to click this link to review and approve. The great thing about this system is once you click this, it should immediately drop you into eMedley to approve or deny the form. You don't have to kind of manually go and log in. At least it's not designed that way. You should be able to just go immediately to the form. Off to the right-hand side, you'll see an approve or deny button. Be sure to read through these forms though, see what comments the field instructor has left for you, what their ratings are as far as the competency, how they evaluated you. If there are some issues, please return to your field instructor and have an open discussion about what was marked and try to understand and clarify why you received the certain evaluation that you did. Once you read through that and approve it, go ahead and click on the green approve button. If for some reason there's some pretty significant disputes, you can click deny, and that will then indicate to the system that that still needs to be reviewed and approved. If you hit approve, what will happen is you'll see this completed screen pull up saying that you successfully approved the document. On your phone, you'll receive a similar looking email, which is great. So for those of you who are always on the run and have your phone with you, you get an email. You can go through the same process, hit review and approve. It'll take you into the form where you can scroll and look at the form, see everything that was filled out. If you're satisfied with it, hit approve. If not, deny. If you've approved it, it'll once again say complete, and there you go. All right, folks, if you're having any issues, please return to some of the training videos, make sure we didn't cover it. If it's more of a bug issue where you're clicking on something, it's not working, or you're attempting to do something and it's not functioning right, you can contact the following people. You can start with our social work program assistant, Carmel Burns. She's very familiar with this system and can help you through. You can also contact me, Nate Hadley. I'm the MSW Field Director. Or if you're a BSW, you can reach out to our BSW Field Director, Amanda Barandi, and she can also direct you to the right places that you need to go. I would suggest starting with our social work program assistant, though, Carmel Burns, as she, once again, has a lot of experience in this system and can help you troubleshoot. All right, students, you did it. You successfully completed this training on evaluations and forms. Way to go. And that also completes your initial eMedley training. Congratulations. The trainings that you've received will get you successfully through your practicum year. The time logs training, the evaluations and forms is really all that you need to know. The other features within eMedley, go ahead and explore those. Those are just added features. However, the two that you've received training on are the best ones, and you'll have a great year as you get used to this new system. It's wonderful. On behalf of the USU Field Education team, have a successful practicum experience. Let us know if you have any questions. Otherwise, great work. Take care.